Hi there, I'm Construction Gamer and this is the UK Northern Powerhouse on Transport Fever 2. This will be episode number 65 in the series, and in this episode I'd like to get the Northern Line on Liverpool Merseyrail network built, maybe as far as Southport, but we'll see how far we actually get. I'd like to definitely get up towards Sandhills, maybe down towards Liverpool South Parkway built in this episode. We're currently on board this Northern Class 150 on the Preston to Colne service going through Burnley Barracks, I think that is, which I've just put on. So I put the 3 services through Burnley, which we did. We built Burnley to Todmorden in the last episode, so I've done a Preston to Colne, Blackpool to York, and there is a Blackburn to Manchester Victoria as well. I haven't built Blackburn as a town. I was deciding what to do, and I just decided to build the station instead. Just give somewhere for the Manchester Victoria service to turn around, but it's also a good interchange as well, because you've got like the Blackpool service and you've got the Preston Colne service as well stopping here, so people are getting off and switching trains, which is good to see. I'm using the 150s for this, as I've used the class 158s to death, I think, and I was using the 156s, but they are, particularly on this, which is really hilly, really slow to get up. Even the top speed's only 70, but even to get up to speed they just seem to be taking an age. So I don't think there is a new Northern livery pack for the 150. I might be wrong. I'll have a check in the Steam workshop, but yeah, it definitely doesn't appear to be a new Northern. So I've got the older Northern livery. I know we're in 2037 now, but I think it was just a better decision to use these trains on this particular route, because like I said, the 150s just seem to be struggling. The 156s rather seem to be struggling just a little bit on this particular route. It's getting quite busy as well, and Burnley itself has a potential to be 490 population, 23,000 destinations reachable, so that isn't actually too bad at all. I've also put a shuttle bus. I know I've got the route that goes from Colne, Burnley Barracks, but I've also put a shuttle bus in as well, using the brand new Alexander ALX 400 with the first Barbie livery that just got released. I know this is an old livery now, but I just particularly like this livery for whatever reason, so I've got a couple of them on just as a shuttle just around Burnley itself rather than up to Colne, where we do actually have a little bit of growth up here, so that's nice to see. So there we are, that's that. Before I get on with building though, I did have something to do. A few episodes back we built the Manchester to Crewe branch of the West Coast Main Line, and I only put the Avanti service on. I also put a Manchester Airport service. There's also a Manchester Piccadilly via Stockport service which goes to Crewe as well, I'm told, but I don't think I'm going to put that one on because we'll just be duplicating too many services. But what I do have to put on is the Transport for Wales rail service from Manchester Piccadilly down to South Wales. I think it stops at Stockport. Yeah, already it's not happy, but I'm sure it'll be something or nothing, right? And then, actually, having said that, scratch that. The reason I haven't put it on yet is because the line does not yet exist down from Crewe to Shrewsbury, so that's a little bit of an issue. I did wonder why I'd completely forgotten about that route, and it's because we haven't got the actual track in yet, and maybe I'll do that in the next episode. So it's definitely on the cards, the Manchester Piccadilly to South Wales. Obviously on this, the last stop will be Shrewsbury. So yeah, that's a good excuse for not putting that train service or that rail service on yet, so we'll cancel that off, but we'll note that for in the future once we've built the Crewe Shrewsbury branch there. But what we're doing today is we're concentrating up here in Liverpool. Now this has, I think I'll slow the game down a little bit, shouldn't I, because the computer is struggling a little bit now. This is going to be a potentially tricky build. Now the first thing we need to do is we're going to have to start building underground, which is never fun in this game unfortunately, but hopefully we should be able to do it. So don't know how to use this. I've forgotten how to use, oh no, what am I doing? Radius. Yeah, you can have curved stations with underground stations, can't you? But I don't want curved. It wants to be platform wall pattern, something like that. Platform floor pattern wants to be, I think, a dark grey, but I don't know why it's done 20 million platforms. Number of tracks, because I've pressed page up, haven't I? Right, so we've got that in place. And if I click off that, can I raise and lower this station? Can. Good, right, because we need it. I'm not going to have it, well, no, it wouldn't be at Lime Street anyway, because it's central and Moorfields, but I was going to potentially have it joining up with the other station, which could be in our way, because we've got the Lime Street station on the Liverpool loop, which, yeah, I don't know what depth, because I can't see anything. Let's see if I can I get this in between? No, it's just colliding with absolutely everything, isn't it? If I go down a little bit, so it's not colliding with the road, now it's colliding with some track, because I don't want this station to be too deep if I can help it. Well, there we are. Is that letting us do it? Yeah, I had something then. Or has that just gone really, really deep? Has that gone underneath? If I bring it up, colliding with the stairs, colliding with the road. I suppose I could. Oh, there we are. I've got it. Nope. Don't do anything. Get that. Right, and next we need underground station construction. Yeah, I have completely forgotten how to do this. Is that joined up with those stairs there, I wonder? What is this? Liverpool Lime Street lower. And this is, oh yeah, so I need to configure, don't I? Right, good. Stairs. Platform, stairs. Collision. And is it in here? Something or other? I don't know. No, it's not in there. Oh, that was good. Right, so how do I build my stairs? Configure. Downstairs, upstairs. Alright, put that in. Don't know what that does. Track, platform. I need some stairs on the street. I think they're in road, are they? Buildings, no. And not in assets, are they? Oh, there we are. It's in. Just having a quick look. It's in road, and then it's in street, and then it's with the roundabouts and junctions. So that's. I was almost gonna have to look at my my last playthrough when I actually built the underground, when I built the loop line rather. So can I just chuck that there, and will that link up? I think is that it? Is that done? So that's Liverpool Central, and I don't think the walk in real life from Central to Lime Street isn't really that far, so I think that's about right actually, up to Liverpool Lime Street, so I'll keep that as it is. And now the next tricky bit is actually trying to get all of this linked up, isn't it? This which is right. So what am I doing? I am going to use the standard tracks. What am I going to use? 120 kilometers an hour. That's fast enough, isn't it? Catenary, yes, but I think there's no actual wires. Let's do this above ground. So yeah, it's good. That's the wireless track then. I'm not using the third rail track just because it is quite difficult to make sure you've orientated it correctly underground, as we have an auto save. Yeah, so to keep things straightforward, I am just going to use the wireless track for this bit. Now, can I find the snap point for this? Yeah, good. Right, so how deep is this? Too deep is probably the answer to that. Let's see how much work we've got to do before we even get above ground. That's a little bit frustrating, because it doesn't want to be, I don't think, that deep underground for that long. Now, do I want to delete a load of Liverpool? I don't really want to, but I just wish I could see where this station is. I think it's probably as shallow as you're going to get it, isn't it? Unfortunately. But because what I want is basically, I want it to come up as quick as possible, and then I want it to actually go onto a viaduct. There's a load of brick arches, which is quite like in a bit of a landmark, so I would like to try and replicate that, and I'm just not entirely sure how we're going to do it. What happens if I bring the track down here, actually down towards the front? It's trying to come up a little bit soon, and that might be better. I know it really shouldn't be curved, but it's coming up a lot quicker, isn't it? That's coming up as fast as it possibly can. Is it coming up any quicker? Don't even know. Yeah, it's trying to. Right, so what's on here? What's this bus route? This orange one. We will shuttle Liverpool, get rid of you. Yeah, get rid of this route for now, and then get rid of this stop here, and then we will demolish all of this around the front here, like so, and then we'll try again, shall we? So where's the snapping point? We'll go with the left-hand track first, come out to about here as quick as humanly possible. On actually no, we've demolished quite a bit now, so maybe if instead, because I would like it to be relatively straight, this might like be a better alternative. Flatten that off to about there, and then if we come back in with the wireless track again, look for that snapping point which is about there, bend it to there, and then we've come up too soon. Yeah, we're gonna have to get rid of this as well, and this. Yeah, probably a little bit more demolition than I would have liked to have done, but I would like this to look right. So maybe if we go back to the terrain, just a little bit further in with that, and then we can hide the curve underground, then we can come up above ground like that, and then where that is, curve that, 40 is a little bit slow, but I think it's probably best join that into there. And then can we get from basically underground to an above level like that, and that's, can we just a little bit, alright, so if we go to there, we know we're coming up, and that's 75, that's quick enough, isn't it? I think 80 is probably going to be the fastest any train is going to operate on this route anyway. And then we'll have a little bit of a viaduct. It's going to be like a stained darken colour, is it? We've got something, yeah, something like that, because it's in an industrial area anyway. And then we've got a little bit of this viaduct represented, which is what I wanted. And then from that we want, so I'll bring the track in. Actually, no, we'll have a little bit more of a viaduct. What were we using? That one. A little bit more of a viaduct, and then we need to get our level. So that wants to be level. Oh, I'm definitely pressing shift. Yeah, that's better. And then we want a station of some description. So just chuck in for now track 1. Actually, so having said that, I think that, yeah, we've got a little bit of a viaduct. Just what we need to do next is have this track coming into about here, back on the ground again, just so I can get the station in. So the station, third rail, nope, alright, onto there, like so, and then get rid of these 2 tracks here, these sets of tracks, that set of tracks rather, and then configure this. So this is going to be Sandhill Station. So this is like the last interchange before services either go off towards Kirby or Southport and Ormskirk. So yeah, I think it's good to have this station in place now. That track, right, get rid of that track there, and then we're going to have platforms. We're going to use the NL because I think Sandhill is looking at it, looks to be a relatively modern looking station. We'll get rid of these segments like so, and we will have, what will we have? We'll have, I think it's MISC, isn't it, for the NL station segments, is obviously it needs an underpass, like, if that's for that. Oh, that's quite good. I'm quite pleased with that actually. So where was that passenger building? Where was that actual entrance for the underground station? I don't know, but I'll have a look in a minute. But before I do that, we need to put the tracks back in. Now we don't have, in the sedation segments, we don't have third rail track anymore because something changed, didn't it, since the last big update. Now, reading on the Discord, it looks, apparently you can put tracks, standard tracks on a station, can't you? So you don't have to use the segments. But I couldn't get that to work. But having said that, it's still got this, isn't it? So because I've still got third rail tracks mod on, the high speed tracks still get replaced if you place the segment. So that's fine. We can pretty much ignore that then. That's all right. And then we want to go back in. We'll continue with the wireless tracks. Continue with the wireless tracks and get those into there. So it's not, can I have a little bit more viaduct? No, I think that's as much as we're going to get away with. I think that will do. Just smooth that off a little bit, and I'll build a load of new roads and stuff. But that's kind of the effect I was going for, sort of. Yeah, I think that's about as good as I'm going to get it. Right, so now we have this little bit of a junction, which is actually quite interesting. This is why I'm using the wireless tracks, just because of the junctions and things. It's just easier. So we've got this off here, which goes up towards Southport, and then that joins in to there. No, I can't. The junction's not particularly complicated. I just can't picture it in my head how it actually works. So I think what I will do is it's almost like a giant diamond crossing in the middle of the sections of track. It's just a little bit tricky to do with this because of the snapping maybe if I do that, it should make sense soon, hopefully. But we've got that there. No, I'll bring this down a little bit to about, nope, snap to that one. And then, you can't do, don't think you can do Y-shaped switches on this. Oh, yes you can, of course you can, because it's not a switch, is it? Ignore me, being a bit dim today. Right, so we've got that to there. Good, we're making some sort of progress. And then, little tiny bit of track like that. Right, then what? Right, okie dokie, so we'll get rid of that, and then we'll have this and another track coming in to form two sets like that. It is actually quite does seem to be, I know it's just almost like a diamond crossing, but it does seem to be quite complicated. And then this can go off on the level, please, to about there. And then this track from about here wants to go off to there, I think. There's a little bit, so yeah, say we've got northbound down trains coming up, and they can go on that one and that one, and then we've got up southbound trains coming down. Oh yes, it's not really as complicated as I was making out. It just looking at it on Open Rail Map and on Google Earth, it just looked a little bit more complicated. I think because you've got the Sandhills depot here, it is maybe a little bit more complicated, possibly. Is it Sandhills? It's a depot anyway. There's a depot here, and there are different switches, but just double check that. So you've got that, I think, and then yeah. So we've got northbound trains coming up, just switches over and then switches. That's fine. It wasn't really that complicated, was it? So what we want settings one way. Yes, we want one there and one there. I think that will do. I think I'll have a signal coming into the station, and I would like a signal. Actually, having said that, I need a switch in here as well, don't I? Because not all services continue south to Liverpool South Parkway. So is it going to let me do that now? The only thing is, with doing these sorts of switches, is they look pretty ugly, don't they? So we'll have to ignore it. But I think we'll put we'll put one of them, shall we? Don't know what that looks like inside of a tunnel, to be honest. We'll just use a standard signal, rather. And that just allows services to turn round at Central. And I think next we'll get the track out the back and see if we can actually do this. Now, where are you? Come on, underground layer. There, I think that's it. Please don't collide with anything. And again, this wants to come up. I think that this will, again, I'm going to curve this towards here where the terrain's lower, because this wants to come up pretty quickly as well. I might have to do a little bit more demolition. Did I bring that up as quickly as possible? Don't think I did. Now I can't see. Right, good. Try that again. So as soon as we come out, where's the station? Oh dear, I hope they make this better in Transport Fever 3. It's got to be high on the list. An underground layer has got to be high on the list for Transport Fever 3 if we get a Transport Fever 3. And then are we starting to come up the ground? Yeah, we'll just 35. That's pretty slow, but I need to kind of curve it like that. Oh yeah, I think we are beginning to emerge from the underground actually, so that's fine. For now I'll just put a little bit of track in to there, and I'll deal with that later. What I do want to do though is put a signal on the station, leading into the station rather. Have I done that? Yeah, that's right. Good. So that was quite complicated, but hopefully it'll have paid off. And I think actually getting up towards, we're still on pause, aren't we? Get rid of all this road here. Up towards Southport. I don't think I'm going to build Southport Station in this episode actually. I think I would like to build that in the next, a future episode I think. So we'll continue with the wireless tracks, and we're just going to go, I don't know if I want to use faster tracks, I don't know. I'm pretty sure like the Class 700s are limited to about, I think it's 80 miles per hour. I think the actual 508s and 507s are limited to about 75, so that's right for now. Obviously I don't think we're getting a 777 anytime soon, if at all, so we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, does it hug the coast as much as that? Don't think it does it? Not quite as much as that. Just a little bit more inland I think. So bring it nice, no, like that, and then into what will eventually be Southport, because I'm thinking I want the Southport Preston line built as well. Is it South? No, Ormskirk Preston, isn't it? Kirby Wigan and Southport Wigan. So yeah, I'll do that in a few episodes time rather than doing that now. And then we've got this, so just going to have a little bit of a guess. Let's just chuck some buildings in, I think. I might come back to this. So we need an Ormskirk Preston service, so that's going to be Ormskirk, and then it's Kirby Wigan, isn't it? I think. So we're going to have a station about there. Yeah, because it almost doubles back on itself a little bit. Not quite, but it looks almost as if it does. So if we have a nice flat route there, I think we'll just go as the crow flies to Ormskirk. Doesn't really matter if it's too curvy. It's all doing 75 anyway, so that's fine. And then from here we need yet another junction, which is going to go off towards what will be Kirby. So yeah, I know they're a bit close together, but I'm just thinking I'm going to have a shuttle bus between these two stations for interchange facilities. Good, so that's all fine. I'll have to sort those out as well, and then we just need a couple of signals on here. So one there. We're not going to have a huge number of trains, I don't think, on this route. I think I'll have one signal block section there, because obviously we will have two sets of services coming in. It's actually going to be quite busy once you start getting into this section here. So again, we'll have another block section there. That should be fine, and we've got those signals there. That's all fine. Yeah, so that should do the job actually. And then that needs connecting up to Wigan. I could potentially move these out a bit further, but I'll have another look at the map at a later date and finalise those. But I just wanted to get those in. And now the next little bit is down here again. More demolition needed. Get rid of that. All of this, I think, actually. Don't like doing it if I can help it, because it does take a long time for the cities to kind of start to redevelop again after you've demolished quite a lot. And I would actually demolish that. Actually demolish all of that. I think this needs to be, where's the station? Is that, which side is it? That one. Good. It wants to come over as quickly as possible. So about there. Are you going to try and come up anytime? Anytime. Anytime. No, not till about there. So about there. What sort of speed are we looking like? 38. So it's pretty slow. Get rid of yeah, more demolition. And then we want, where's my other bit of track? There, is that right? So it does actually curve out a little bit. 56, that'll do. It does curve towards the front, so we can actually, no, I don't want to demolish all of that. We can bring it out, and then is it ever gonna come above ground? Don't think it is it? And then I might have to, yeah, because actually we're quite high here and we shouldn't really be that high anyway. And more demolition ensues. Yes, curve this in. Are you going to try and come above ground? No, it's not. Right, we will flatten the terrain from about here, force it to come above ground rather. Sort that out. Yeah, sort that out later. I just want this to be above ground doesn't need to be above ground for very long. The terrain around this particular area is quite weird. We've got, like, where the track is, there is actually a big sandstone wall one side of the track. It is a little bit unusual. And then buildings. Didn't actually have a look at Brunswick. What does that look like? Brunswick looks like a relatively modern station. So two tracks. Does it want 120 metres long, I think. It should be long enough. And then from there we're going to go back underground for a little bit, curving back in towards more inland now, and then maybe a little bit more of a tunnel. No, it's not going to let me do any more tunneling. Oh, yes it is. Alright, let's see. Nope, to about there maybe. Just want it at the point where it starts to come above ground, something like that. I think that tunnel's probably a little bit longer than it should be. And then back to the surface again as we head towards Liverpool South Parkway. Now, actually, I think what I will do is curve this underneath that road a little bit, and I'm going to change this road here so it goes underneath. So keep the game paused, delete all of this, all of that, and that. Get this track curving back in a little bit more inland like that, and then we're going to start coming above ground in a cutting or something. It doesn't matter, just as long as that's above ground, and then just bring that over in that sort of general direction. And this station is going to be Brunswick. 100% necessarily, because it is really quite close, but it can act as a bit of a shuttle. And basically what this means is we've got to completely rebuild all of this area here. I think I might try and build a bit of a wall actually along here, so just to make it look a little bit more realistic. Why is that so ugly? What's up with you? Right, we're gonna have to try and let's use the modern tunnel entrances and see what that does. That does that. That's pretty horrific, isn't it? Right, so if I bring that track up, use the new... I know it would be a brick entrance in real life, but it's... hold on a sec. Maybe if we do it from this end. Oh no. Right, so if we do that first, and then bring it from that. Bring it there then, okay. And then just try and connect that up to there. Has that done it? Yeah, that looks alright. I think we can live with that. Have I put a signal on there? No, because I deleted the track, didn't I? So just a signal there, and then I think I'll have a signal just before this station, and I'll have to rebuild Brunswick just to make it look a little bit better, and do something with Liverpool South Parkway. Not sure what I'm going to do, because although it is classed as one station, it's almost like two same stations. So you've got the main line, Liverpool South Parkway, and then you've got the Merseyrail Liverpool South Parkway station, which is lower, and then the track goes underneath. I think it goes to, is it Hunts Cross it goes to, and that's its final stop. I might actually do that somehow, but again, that's going to be another tricky build, I think, to go with an already quite tricky build. Just dealing with the terrain of Liverpool, basically, with the underground, and it goes into a bit of a viaduct and things like that. So hopefully we've managed to do all that. I think we've done most of the hard part anyway, and the rest of it should be relatively easy, and then I can think about doing Southport and connecting Ormskirk and Kirby up to their respective ends. So yeah, there we are. I'm going to leave it there anyway for today. No train ride, because we haven't got any trains, and it is going to take a bit of work getting the actual trains in, but we've done the most difficult part, which is what I wanted to do. So I'm going to leave it there for today. Say until next time, bye bye.